record ang ano. So, this is actually one of example na that you could tell or that we could determine if all stress are bad or not. Okay? So, let's proceed. Let us see as we go along with the topic if stress can be avoided. No? So, here, based on the book of Amud, no, ang sabi niya dito, no, lahat ng psychologist, no, specifically in terms of um, understanding and kumbaga researching about stress, no, wala silang one definition, exact definition of what stress means, no. But basically, si Greenberg, no, based on Greenberg and et al, no, sabi nila, ang definition daw ng stress is actually about psychological and physical reaction. So this is our psychological or through mental and physical reaction, no, or our response, no, to a certain life events or situations. Ano tong mga life events and situations, no? Class, as part of an adult individual, no? Meron tayong tinatawag na mga life events or situation. Ano 'yon? Excuse me. Soon you're going to be engaged and getting married, no? You're going to work, right? You're going to undergo or a job interview, no? For you to be part of an economic man wherein you're going to be a provider, 'di ba? For you to satisfy your needs and wants, right? And then at the same time, if you are very good in sports, no? The basketball, all right? Playing basketball and then traffic jams or should I say deadlines, no? Of all of the activities as a student, no? All of the activities that you have that you need to be completed, right? So again, sabi niya, it is defined for the purpose of the discussion about physical and psychological reaction to a certain life events or situation. So dun pa lang, we could actually answer if stress can be avoided. All right? But for us to have a further analysis what stress means, no, kailangan malaman muna natin yung tinatawag na stress process. Okay? So it begins, no, with what we call, yung sabi natin, life events or situation that cause stress. All right? So again, so we could answer now if stress is it can be avoided or not, or if it is inevitable or not, no? It begins with life events or situation that cause stress. Okay? This is my question. Meron bang dito sa atin na hindi nakakaranas ng certain events and situation in their life? One thing for sure, no. None of us. Okay? Next. The life events, no, or the situations that they have mentioned is what we call stressors or the demands, 'di ba? Pagdating sa demands, no, whether we like it or not, no, we need to comply with it. These are actually requirements, no, in school, 'di ba? For you to pass a specific subject, no, you have to meet the demands or the criteria or the requirements, no, that you need to finish. All right? Kasi kapag hindi mo should I say hindi mo pinasa, no, ano mangyayari? That there is a chance, no, or tendency that you will be failed, no, soon. So the stressors are weddings, job interviews, a dentist appointment, basketball games, or any sports games that you know, deadlines, traffic jams. So as of now, hindi siguro applicable na sa inyo on traffic jams, but before, no, this could actually one of the major stressors, no? It may be a minor frustrations, but then again, this could lead to should I say what to call this, a stressor, a great stressors of yours, no? So most probably all of these life events or situations are stressors. So again, so based on this information, no, stress are I cannot be or we cannot avoid stress. No, one thing for sure, it is inevitable or it is incapable of being avoided. Now, ngayon, the moment that you're going to perceive it, no, kapag inisip mo na, no, that specific life events or situation. So again, it is depends on the take, no, or on the person kung paano niya dadalhin, no, kung patola ka, no, one thing for sure, the effect of those stressors are different from you, no. So again, when we say life events or situation in addition, no, these are discrete experiences. Ibig sabihin ng discrete, di ba? Exclusive to you. So ibig sabihin, Your experiences are different from my experiences, no? That disrupt your daily activities. Okay? So it could be a negative or a positive effect. So again, it is depends, no, on how are you going to manage or control it. All right? So the moment that you're going to perceive that these events, no, being stressful, that's the time your bodies or our body will react or respond, no? In what way? You're going to have an elevated blood pressure, increased heart rate, muscle tension, and perspiration. I know, isang beses sa buhay nyo na experience nyo to, the moment that you feel anxious and agitated, no? I don't know what kind of stressor is that, but then again, no, you could not be able to, or you experience, no, or you think that you have a little or no control over it. So the thing or the term that we are using, or that this reaction is being called is stress reactivity. The word itself, this is your reaction towards the life events, no, that you considered as a stressor, no. So again, it is different on the person's how or he or she takes that specific stressors. Okay, now if this physical reactions, no, tumagal siya, so ang nagtumambay siya, sabi nga nila, 'di ba, if you are sad, no, if you are melodic at that moment, no, if it stays for a period, or should I say a long period of time, no, that your body cannot tolerate, no, you are going to experience negative physical and psychological consequences. And we call that one as strains, no? So as of this moment, if you have experienced body reactions or stress reactions, no, and then if ngayon, no, you feel that there are things that should I say that bothers you, no, that you feel anxious, agitated, yung kumbaga kahit nakatulog ka na ng mahaba, but then again you feel tired, no, yung tipong na lumipas na siya ng isang buwan, but then again you are still keep on thinking of it, no, you probably experience strains. Okay, so like what I have mentioned, no, yung second question kanina natin, is all stress bad? One thing for sure, this is contrary to our general belief, no, not all stress is bad. So we have this so-called the term eustress. Okay, the moment, no, should I say, if the stressors, no, one thing for sure, if that person, no, or ikaw, no, if you could be able to turn that negative energy to positive energy, and at the end of the day, you are going to make it, or you are going to, it will serve as your motivation, no, to finish a task. Let's say, for instance, no, the reason behind, no, why you are going to experience the sleepless nights, it's either you are working on a project or you are reviewing for a major examination. All right, those are common stressors, right? Kasi it could, you feel anxious, no, you feel agitated, and you are going to be problematic on that one. But then again, no, one thing for sure, the reason behind why you are putting an effort or time and effort, no, to review and to work on that project, because at the end of the day, no, you're going to get a good grades kasi nag-advance reading ka, nag-advance review ka, and then you be prepared for it, right? So ano nangyari? It gives you a motivation, no, that stress source, no, turns into positive energy, wherein it motivates you, no, to finish the task, and then at the same time to review, no, for you to be able to become prepared for the major examination, because at the end, no, you are going to get a high grade. Tama naman, di ba? So it is a must for you that you are going to review and you're going to finish that specific task, no? So that is what we call eustress. Kaya nga ang presentation dyan, no? Sino ka dyan? This one or this one? Magpapalamon ka ba sa sistema, sa stress, or you're going to deal with it? You are going to endure it, no? Again, ha? We cannot avoid stress, but we could control and manage it, no? There are ways, mamaya makikita natin. So, kasino kayo dito? Are you the number one? No, despite of all the stress na experience niya, he could be able to convert negative stress, no, or negative energy to positive energy, no? And soon, imagine, kapag you could be able to surpass or overcome this kind of stress, no, you are going to possess what we called stress management skills, 'di ba? Ang isa sa pinaka-cue dyan is yung topic na sensitization or desensitization. Mamaya i-differentiate natin yon. Alright? Or, are you the type of person na wherein hindi mo pinapalipas sa mga bagay-bagay, pinapatira mo, pinapastay mo sa buhay mo, no? Kaya that is the reason why you are getting distressed, no? So, this is actually the definition of what eustress means. It is a positive stress, no? But again, class, the stressors, no, the stressors to somebody else or to others may be not a stressors to you or to me. Magkakaiba tayo, no? One classic example, this is a very good story, no, where in America, no, they have this so-called stress interview. Ang galing, doon na sa pinaka-term niya, stress interview, na wherein they tend to grill an applicant. Bakit? One thing for sure, they are hiring or their vacant position is a higher position, no? Kasi wala namang ganito. Merong employment laws, no, job analysis, no, any should I say higher questions, no, na wherein that needs to be asked and answered, no, rightfully and correctly, right? Ngayon, yung itong mga panel of interview, no, naka-experience ng isang job candidate na wherein she feels na parang excited and she is having fun, no? Habang ginigrill siya ng mga follow-up questions, no? Nagulat sila at tinanong nila tong candidate na to, sabi niya, "Are you having fun?" And if sabi niya ganun, sumagot siya, "Yes." Are we done yet? Tapos na ba daw tayo? So, natuwa sila. Kasi in comparison to the other job candidates, no, they tend to be shaky, crying, no, yung nauutal, no, they are not confident, no, because ako din naman if I'm going to experience a very hard questions that is not part of the line of my expertise, mahirap talagang sagutin yon. Pagpapawisan ako noon. 'Di ba? Mag-iisip ako ng maayos bago ko siya masagot. She's having fun. See, this is a kind of stressors na wherein, no, iba yung take at atake niya, no? Instead of he or she is going to be should I say look down on herself, but then again, it leads to it becomes her motivation not to finish that stress interview. And then one thing for sure, she is going to be a qualified candidate for that specific position, diba? So now, kabaliktaran naman, if you're talking about a bad or negative stress, no, we're going to call as that one as distress. Okay? So ibig sabihin, if you're going to experience bad or negative stress, ang tawag doon distress. So you now na the difference, no? What are the should I say the level or the exact what to call this? The exact terminology, no, on how are you going to describe the stresses that you experience, no? It doesn't mean that you have a stressors, you are already stressed. No. Again, it is depends on the person on how he or she is going to take it, no? When there's too much stress, no, yun nga, sobra na Okay, the intensity itself or the level of the stress, no? And then at the same time, when nothing is done to eliminate, ibig sabihin nga, yan, done to eliminate, ikaw yan nasa sayo yan Kung paano mo siya tatapusin or if you're going to have a control over it or if you're going to overcome it, no? Reduce or mabawasan or counteract its effects, no? So most probably, excuse me, it occurs, no, in a situation or at events on which you place great importance, no, interviewing for a job, no, that put a great demands on you, no. The moment that you eventually perceive that you have little or no control, you will experience distresses or you're going to be distressed. Okay? One classic example, job interview, no? If as of this moment, no, you're going to think that you are not knowledgeable enough and your skills, no, should I say you are not highly skilled individual, and then you're going to compete, no, with other should I say person or individual who are searching for a job, no, one thing for sure, you're going to feel distressed. Kasi, why? Kasi you need to consider that you need to have a job, you have to be employed, no? Kasi you have to be a provider of your family, no? So that will cause you a stress. See? Now, ganito. In terms of the predisposition or kung paano natin, depende nga yun, di ba, sa pag-take no? Kung paano natin dadalhin ang kanya-kanyang stress natin. Alright? So, class, like what I have mentioned, no? The one of the reasons bakit natin pinag-aaralan na yung stress management and anger management, no? Kasi there are chances if we don't have a control and we could not be able to manage it, no? Your interpersonal style, yung like na sinabi ko kanina, no, will be affected, no, on how we're going to relate, no, to deal with people. And then plus, no, plus class, it can have a serious health implications, no, if you're going to ignore it or you are not going to properly manage it. All right, you are going to experience a serious health implications that could turn into an illness. Okay, so sabi nga nila, 'di ba, most of the COVID patients, no, not merely died because of respiratory failure. Nakadagdag sa kanila is yung thinking too much, no, na wherein since the social media has exposed, no, na wherein kapag nag-COVID ka and then you are not vaccinated or you are an unvaccinated individual, you are going to die in an instance, no? If you're going to think of that one and then you cannot be able to handle, no, that specific emotions, and you're going to think of that, no, from the very moment na nagkasakit ka, no, up to the last that you are on the surviving stage, no, hindi ka talaga makaka-survive. Kasi thinking or your mental capacity is higher than all of the functions of your body. All right? So what are you going to do? You have to properly manage stress, no? Paano natin gagawin 'yon? You have to identify ano yung pinaka-cause, at kailangan natin malaman ano yung pinaka-cause ng iyong stress, and you have to learn ways to handle it. So see, we are going to be trained. Okay, diyan papasok mamaya yung synthesization, and then at the same time, desynthesization. So, in other words, no, you have to identify some of the sources of stress and ways on how are you going to successfully deal with it, no? So, ito. Another thing, no, predisposition stress. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, depende nga kasi kung paano nyo siya iti-take. All right? Everybody is susceptible. Lahat tayo susceptible. We are capable of going to experience stresses kasi stressors are everywhere. Life events, no, and situations, lahat tayo may kanya-kanya tayong na-experience, but that is a direct, discrete experience. Iba-iba man tayo, but then again, no, pagdating sa pag-take natin, doon tayo magkakaiba. No, kasi there are people who could tolerate stressors. No? Ano yung example? One of the example of a mood, no, married people daw. No, most probably or most likely, ito yung mga married individual na were in the highest position or executive position. Sila daw, in terms of the satisfaction in job and experience daw, less stress. No? Bakit? In comparison to the unmarried people, which are actually, this is part of the downline, and the second level management, yung supervisory, no, wherein sila naman talaga ang gumagawa ng lahat, diba? They are the, should I say, the hands-on work in comparison to the executive position or the top management, no? Ang sabi daw doon, ang mga married individual have lower mortality rates. Ibig sabihin ng mortality, no, bilang ng pagkamatay, no, than a second level executives. Mas stressful daw or mas stress daw ang mga second level executives, no, na nakatira sa suburban. Tayo, we are in an urban, which is in Manila, no, very toxic, no, very what do you call this, kumbaga jumpy, no, we feel to be jumpy. Environments have more stress, no, related illness than yung nasa mga province. So kasi ang province kasi peaceful, no, you could be able to connect with the nature immediately, no, the air is fresh, there's no air pollution. Okay, the sound, no, it is very solemn, no, you could be able to maintain your zen, no, ibig sabihin ng zen, your calmness, no, the serenity, no, you could be able to keep your mental and physical well-being, diba, the state of being comfortable, diba, yung mga yan. So now, sabi ni Amud, no, based on several psychologists, no, meron tayong tinatawag na mga stress personalities. Okay? So you're going to undergo a series of tests no for you to be able to consider if you are a type A neurotics, no? Ito yung pinakamalala, yung neurotics or a type B personality or has a type A or type B personality. Ito yung mga type A daw. Ito sabi niya. Okay. Yung type A tsaka neurotics daw, commonly ito yung mga individual na wherein kapag dumating sa kanila yung stress, they do have a should I say they don't have a full control, no? Or should I say little control or no control at all, no, to what we call stressors, no? Anong nangyayari? Kasi yung itong mga tipo daw ng personality, they tend to become ito yung mga multitasker, yung gusto lagi mabilis ang yung instant ang result and outcome, no? They tend to do everything, no? In a snap of a finger. So it's just like that. This is just an idiom, in a snap of a finger, no? Mabilis sila. Kailangan lahat ng ginagawa sila. They do side hustle, yung mga yan. Alright? Sila daw, mostly, yun yung na pag once na dinaanan ng stress, no, napakahirap sa kanila to adjust and to adapt, no? Kumbaga, to accept and imbibe the changes, no? In comparison to the type B personalities, no? Ito yung more of the laid back, no? Sila yung calm, no, and pampered, no, wherein kapag there will be a potential stress, na one thing for sure, they could be able to have a control on it, no, immediately. Yan kasi bakit? They have a positive perspective, no? More ways to positive ways to deal with it. Ayun, kasi sila yung more relaxed and more agreeable. They are looking into possible solutions, no, on how are they going to manage their stressors, okay? But in terms of the neurotics, ito yung pinakamalala, no? And these are the persons who could be able or more likely to experience depression. Okay? I know that I don't have the right, no, to explain further what depression means kasi like what I have mentioned, like what our professor has mentioned in our MA or masters, no? Sabi niya ganon, a person that you know that experience depression, no, it's a different thing. All right? Kasi pag sinabi ng depression, no, it is a high level of stress. No, wherein there are chances na itong mga individual na to, no, kapag they are not going to have a medical attention or hindi sila makapag-undergo ng rehabilitation or psychological help from the expert. Okay? In this a certain psychologist and psychiatrist, no, they tend to do a suicide attempt, no? Sa Philippines hindi naman ganoon kalaki ang porsyento, but it's still alarming, no? Kasi may mga na-experience na ganun, lalo na sa mga kabataan, no? Lalo na yung 'di ba last time yung umpisa pa lang, kasagsagan pa lang ng COVID pandemic, no? But in Korea and America, napakataas ng suicidal attempt. Bakit? One of the problems to that one kasi they're all independent individuals. All right? Anong ibig sabihin? Isa sa mga ways for you to be able to cope up with your problems, no, mga stressors ninyo, is a support system or network system or network support. Anong ibig sabihin nun? You should talk to your family, relatives, friends, and best friends, no? Ang mga Americans, they tend to become independent, At the age of 16, no, humihiwalay na yan sa parents nila. All right? Not unlike us Filipinos, no? Kahit medyo malaki na tayo, di ba, we tend to be malambing, we say po at opo, and then kapag if we feel, if we are broken-hearted, no, we are sharing it to our parents, no, or kapag ka-close natin yung ates, kuyas natin, di ba, we tend to share, hindi tayo nahihiya. At kapag may mga kaibigan tayo na you could rely on and then you could put your trust and confidence, no, you could be able to expose, no, whatever you feel. All right? Ayun yung pagiging maganda sa mga Filipino. We are resilient. Kahit na hirap na tayo, 'di ba? Dumaan ang bagyo, dumaan ang lindol, dumaan ang pagputok ng bulkan, ito pang COVID, maraming namamatay, no? Yung parang ang FB page natin, parang lagi ng obituary wherein puro kandila na itim, 'di ba? No? We tend to become resilient. We endure. Ayun, we could be able to endure yung mga challenges, no? Na na-experience natin, no? In terms of this neurotics, kapag ikaw neurotics ka, you tend to become anxious, open depressed. Ito yung tipong pessimist, yung parang negative lahat, hindi pa actually parang You are thinking negatively. Wala ka ng nakitang maganda. Yung sabi nga 'di ba ni Catriona Gray, no? Kahit man ng silver lining, no? Nakatiting na pag-asa. Wala kang nakikita. You are lack of hopefulness, no? So that's the person, no? A type of personality na they are always stressful, no? Because they have negative reaction to stressful events. So nasa sa inyo nga yan eh, no? Kung papadaanin nyo lang ang mga stress, no? One thing for sure, it could you could re-experience it. But if you're going to endure it, no, then properly control and manage it, one thing for sure, no, matitrain ka. And that's the time we have this so-called stress sensitization. All right? Ano oras tayo? 4:30. No? Stress sensitization. So I'm going to cut on the what you call this, the coping mechanism, and then I'm going to leave you na. 'Di ba, promise ko 1 hour lang tayo. So kasi 3:45 na tayo nag-start, no? So in other words, no, diyan pumapasok yung stress sensitization. So class, anong ibig sabihin nun? Kapag tayong individual, no, if we are going to react quickly, or we have two choices. Kapag dumating sa atin yung mga stressors, kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, it depends on our upbringing, no? But if you're going to react negatively, that is a different one, no? Stress sensitization, it talks about the amounts of stress that we have experienced all throughout our life. All right, imagine, kahit as of this moment, no, hindi pa natin alam na may ganito palang mga pag-aaral, no? Alam na natin before that we have experienced stresses or stressors, no? And then we could be able to control over it. And as of this moment, I know meron pa tayong mga kind of stressors na nasa atin pa rin, no? Bakit? We tend not to let go. Anong klaseng example nun? Loving someone, no? If you were in a relationship before, okay? Anong example nun? You keep on surviving or salvaging your relationship. Okay? It's okay with that, no? Kasi you are hoping that you could work out, no? Kumbaga yung sinasabi nila na ma-experience natin yung sa may fairy tale na happily ever after. But it is not, class, no? In terms of having a relationship, it's a matter of a give and take. And go ahead, Christine. Why, Christine?
Ay, wala sir, napindot lang po.
All right. Okay.
Sorry.
Kala ko you're going to add something. No, in terms, going back, no, in terms of relationship, class, no, same goes with this, no, is stress sensitization, no. Tayong mga tao, specifically, it is part of human nature. No, wherein na kahit nasaktan ka na, no, kumbaga, there you have a lot of already factual evidences, no, and information na hindi ka niya na mahal, no, or kumbaga, you are hindi mo na siya yung nakilala from the very first time, no, wherein sweet, no, loving, thoughtful, no, nag-iba siya, no. But then again, for the sake of salvaging, no, on surviving that specific relationship, I don't know if it is what we call, hindi siya pwedeng sabihin katangahan eh. All right? Kasi when we say katangahan, totally you are numbed, no? Or should I say, you keep on going on, no? Kahit wala ka nang napapala, ayun na yung katangahan eh. But then again, meron sa punto ng buhay natin kapag we had this specific relationship, no, nagkamali siya, pinatawad mo, balik kayo. Tapos on the second time around, nagkamali ulit, pinatawad mo, balik kayo. Alright? But on the third time around, no, yun na-realize niya na hindi kanya na mahal. And then at the same time, pumili na siya ng iba, no? Anong ginagawa mo? No? You tend not to let go. No? Kasi there's no such things as moving on, class. When we say move on, you're totally move on, no, to a specific relationship that you had, no? Eh imagine that you have cherished. Ano yung lagi nating inaalala? 'Di ba yung mga magagandang bagay? Kahit nasaktan tayo, never nating pinapaalala yung mga kumbaga masasakit na na-experience nyo. Ano lang? Kaya nga bakit natin gustong-gustong ibalik yung relationship natin before? Kasi the things that you have cherished are the moment, no, na wherein you are totally happy. Parang you are in the cloud nine. 'Di ba? Ang hirap i-give up noon. So that is one of the what we called personal stressors. Anong tawag doon? Resentment specifically, at saka yung resistant to change. Okay? So going back to that, no? Moving on, there's no such things as moving on, class. Kasi when we say you move on, totally all the pain that you have experienced, yung binigay niya sa'yo, totally erased. Pwede mo pa rin siyang tawagin sa pangalan niya, hindi mo siya tatawagin ng kung ano-anong label, yung sa sobrang inis mo, hindi mo babawiin yung binigay mo sa kanya, something like that, no? I think the right term will be moving forward. Bakit? Whether you like it or not, no, class, you have to move forward, no, from your life, no? There are so many fishes in the sea, no? Eh sir, nag-iisa lang naman siya. Yeah, totoo naman. But then again, class, 'di ba naalala mo yung kwento ng love relationship ni John Lloyd Cruz at saka ni Angel Locsin, yun Unofficially Yours, no? Sabi ng nanay, ay tinanong ni Angel, sabi niya sa asawa, ay sa nanay niya, "Nay, bakit ganon? Lagi na lang ako nasasaktan pero nagmamahal naman ako ng tama." Sabi niya ganon, kasi yung nanay niya, hindi rin ganon ka-perfect ang relationship. But then again, sabi ng nanay niya, anak, siguro, I don't have a very concrete explanation kung bakit natin na-experience yung ganitong mga bagay. Baka parusa ito. But then again, no, come to think of it, no, if we're not going to experience or if we're not going to meet the wrong person, we could not be able to learn. At hindi natin makikilala yung tinatawag nating the one. Not the only one. There's no such things as the only one. But the one. No, wherein tanggap ka kahit kapag once ang pagising mo, kahit mabaong hininga mo, no, hindi ka naligo, umutot ka sa harap niya, lahat, all the flaws that you have, no, and then he or she has a trust and confidence to you, that will work out, no. So one thing for sure, if as of this moment, if you haven't met the one, no, or someone that I have mentioned, no, yung characteristic or qualities na yon, no, just wait. There are so many fishes in the sea, no. I don't know. That is actually what I am believing, no, in terms of what love is and loving a person, no. So going back to that one, no, it's hard for us to should I say, we are resented or resenting, no, we are not accepting the fact na wala na, no, we are not getting over it, hindi natin siya nililive behind, no, hindi tayo nag-get over with that because we are resistant to change. Ayan na yung bago, ito na yung yakapin mo, no. Bakit? Masarap pa rin kasi yung luma before. All right, gusto ko pa rin ma-experience yung before. All right, we are resistant to change, and it is not what to call this, that is not how life works, no. Dapat whatever changes, you have to adapt, you have to become resilient, and you have to endure it, no. So that is what we call desensitization, no. You have to learn, no, a new behaviors, no, wherein this is going to be your coping mechanism. Bakit? Tinetrain ka ng mga experiences na to eh. Okay, for you to have a control over it. Okay? So, like what I have mentioned, nabanggit ko na, these are the personal stressors. Fear, resistance, fear of the unknown. Okay? As of this moment, I know that most of you wala pa masyadong confident kasi siguro nagpo-forecast na sila. Anong ibig sabihin ng forecast? Predicting of the future. Na wherein, kapag graduate ko ba, meron ba ako magandang trabaho? As of this moment ba, magiging successful ba ako katulad ng iba? Bakit yung iba kong classmate, meron na silang may kotse na sila, meron na silang bahay at a very young age, hindi pa sila tapos ng pag-aaral. 'Di ba? You put the standards of living or the standards of others to you. Magkakaiba tayo ng undertakings at magkakaiba tayo ng pinagdadaanan, no? Why you are comparing your status, no, with others? At the end of the day, no, madidismaya ka lang. You're going to be disappointed, diba? No two individuals are exactly alike, no? So that's why you're afraid of the unknown. Lahat naman tayo. That is one of the, should I say, the notion that Albert Einstein has mentioned, no? The reason with us, no, kung bakit tayo hindi nakakapag-innovate and then we are not moving forward, no? Because we are afraid, no, of trying something new. We are always putting ourselves to our comfort zone. That is wrong. Okay? If you really want to improve yourself, if you really want to move forward, no, you have to try something new. Bago mo sabihing mahirap, bago mo sabihing hindi mo kaya, i-experience mo muna, no? Walang problema sa keep on trying or trying on the second time around, third time around, no? Anong pinaka-importante doon? You are bringing all the learnings, no? May natututunan ka, no? Pero kung wala ka natututunan, ay wala, mag-stagnant ka na lang. But then again, it doesn't mean na hindi ka nagpo-proceed dun sa possible outcome, no? Siguro it is not your time yet. No, learn the art of timing. No, resentment is totally not embracing the changes that you have. All right? Yun. So, it's already 4:09. Job characteristic, role conflict, role ambiguity, and role overload. Sa pagdating sa role conflict, no, sa occupational stressors, no, ano nangyayari? Yung expectation don't match up with the work you actually do. Let's say, for instance, you have been hired as a secretary of your boss, kung sino yung nag-interview sa'yo. Ano nangyari? Nag-take ka ng minutes ng boss mo, nag-take ka ng minutes of meeting ng other department, nag-take ka ng minutes ng iba pang department, no? So, anong nangyari? Role conflict. From the very beginning, from the start of you as being hired, no, or being employed, no, you should have a specific should I say role, no, na ginagampanan mo. Doon ka binabayaran, hindi parang international ka. So that is what role conflict means. Same goes with the role ambiguity. Ambiguous. It is not clear. No, let's say for instance, Christine is being assigned as the second leader, or should I say a team leader, no, in the absence of his or her boss. Or her boss, babae pala siya. Her boss. Now wherein, sorry, nalaglag ang aking, no, wherein, so, for example, no, ano nangyari? The authority on autonomy, no, one thing for sure, in the absence of his, of her boss, no, dapat will come through her, no? Ngayon, umalis yung boss niya, but since there is a role ambiguity, or role, the role is ambiguous, no, yung say niya or voice niya, supposedly dapat siya the persons in the next person in authority, hindi nagmamatter. Hindi pinapakinggan ng ibang department. All right? Because it is unclear, no? Ambiguous yung role niya. So that is what we call role ambiguity. Role overload. Ito 'yon. The moment that your boss, let's say for instance, has give you a time schedule, a time frame of a specific project, and then you are going to recognize, am I really fit with this? And then second, or the resources that you have, no, the time, no, the materials, the equipment, no, are not enough. So how are you going to comply? And then sabi niya 2 weeks tapusin mo na yan. All right, that is what we call role overload, no? The resources that you have are not enough or not fit, no, to the demands. Okay, that is the demands eh. Dapat yung work matapos ng 2 weeks. Okay, and these are the possible outcomes. All right. So far, these are the videos that I'm going to share you, class. No, and then I'm going to dismiss you na. Sorry, medyo 12 minutes na ako na ano, so 1 hour lang naman to. Ay, 1 hour, 1 minute lang. O doon, class. So, like what I've mentioned, class, no, stress cannot be avoided, but we could have a control over it and we could manage it, no? In what ways? These are the things, no, that I have searched in YouTube. Actually, napakadali lang eh. Still up to us on how are we going to take it. Nasa-share ko yung screen ko, class.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me share the sound. All right, so please watch this. This is just 1 minute. And
want to zap the stress and introduce a little more zen into your life? Follow these 7 steps for a more peaceful path. 1. Eat a healthy diet. Forget the ice cream binge and load up on fresh fruits and veggies and lean proteins. Your body will thank you with a happier outlook. 2. Get enough sleep. You'll be better able to handle stress that comes your way. Didn't catch enough Z's last night? Grab a nap for a mood boost. 3. Get moving. Take a stroll around the block, walk the dog, or bike to the grocery store. Find an exercise buddy. It's always more fun to exercise with a friend. Exercise releases feel-good chemicals that will lift your spirits. 4. Try some tunes. Soothing music can lower blood pressure, heart rate, and anxiety. Upbeat tunes can help you blow off steam. 5. Come up with a stress relief toolkit. Meditate. Take a long walk. Watch a comedy, curl up with a good book, or light some candles. Find what soothes you. 6. Enjoy nature. Work in your garden, walk in the woods, or relax in the park. A change of scenery can brighten your mood. 7. Get social. Have lunch with a coworker, phone a friend, volunteer, take a class. Being around other people will give you a fresh perspective and help you find your happy place. It's all about what works for you. So start letting go of the stress in your life and move to your place of peace.
All right. So like what he has mentioned, no, you have to look kung ano yung mag-work for you, and you have to let go what stresses you. So that is one of the keys, no? Finding the ways, no? You have to understand what causes your stress, and then finding the ways, or you have to have a control over it. So sabi nga ng isang speaker na napakinggan ko, in terms of mental health, no, keeping your mental health, no, you should have a solidified actions, no, your solutions, and then plus a positive mindset. It's all about your mindsetting. All right, so with that, thank you so much for listening. May I request to everyone to open your camera